That's my Anthony.
I met him.
Where?
At the White House.
Dear God, what was he like? And did you remember anything he said?
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Might have been hi.
Oh, Martin. I did not abandon my child. He was taken from me.
She's been looking for him. She's spent her whole life trying to find him.
Judy was my idea, wasn't it? That was my idea. And Stephen was already somebody that we had in our minds. And Christine Langan, who is the head of BBC Films, has a long-standing friendship and collaboration with Stephen. They'd done The Queen together. And so Christine had given Stephen the script. And we were thrilled that he would even entertain the notion of doing it. And it seemed like he was interested, but we just weren't sure until we were sure. So we were talking to other people just because we didn't know. And then when he actually came on board, we were thrilled.
Yeah.
As I was writing it, and I was considering at one point directing it and casting someone else, and then the more I wrote it, the more Martin's character is actually, Philomena on the screen is more close to Philomena than Martin is to Martin. Martin's sort of a mixture of Martin and a bit of me in there as well. So as I was writing it, I was putting more of myself into it, and I thought, well, no one's ever going to offer me this part, so I'm the producer, I'll give it to myself. As an early Christmas present. That's what I did.
I think Steve and Sophie and Gabby, we all feel the same thing about Stephen. He doesn't really point at things, or he watches, he directs from a distance with a very smart, accurate eye and ear, and he knows exactly what the shape of the film should be, and he lets every collaborator get together, and he just assembles them gently or not, sometimes being grumpy, but in a kind way always. It's never dictatorial, and so it's like exactly what Steve was describing when you say, a bit less, a bit more, and for example, the second half, the movie is really in two parts, Europe and then America. And in America, he kept saying to me, more Hitchcock, more Hitchcock. That's it. That was direction. So if you know your movies and your music for movies a little bit, you understand, and you just go grab elements that can respond to that.
You can read stuff online and you can do your research about what people have already written about what these girls went through, but having a conversation face to face with someone who lives with this every day makes it an entirely different performance, I suppose, once you've kind of formed an emotional connection with them. And I went to her house and we sat down and had a cup of tea, and I was a bit nervous about asking her certain questions because it's a woman you've just met who, you've read the script, the story, and you've got to be very sensitive with how you pose a question or what you say. And she was very open and very eloquent and funny, and was a huge help throughout the film, and has been such a wonderful presence. Even like doing press, she's taken it all in her stride, and it's just been such a delight to kind of be around someone who has that quality.